Hi ladies, Christian here from Fitter Body Ladies. Today's video is an important nutrition video because what I want to do in this video is hopefully start to break down nutrition a little bit, make it simple for you to understand and start to achieve your goals by breaking it down into things we need to focus on in terms of different stages. So what I've got here is essentially a hierarchy of importance. So a little pyramid here which is highlighting the different things we need to focus on, starting with the most important things we need to focus on when it comes to nutrition, all the way up to the more least important things we need to focus on. Hopefully it then breaks it down for us to give us an idea of what we need to focus on first and then focus on last when it comes to the nutrition side of things. So when we're starting out, the most important thing, the biggest thing we need to have to focus on straight away is calories. So essentially, I guess how much food and calories we're intaking each and every day. If we don't know this, then it's very hard for us to keep on track and keep progressing in terms of our nutrition. Because again, no matter what, you cannot get around it. Even if you're eating gluten-free, ketogenic, fat-free, no carbs, whatever it is, if you're still eating too much, still eating too many calories, you are still going to gain weight. Because we can't get around that equation of if we eat or intake more than we burn, we're going to gain weight. It's the same the other way around. If we start to burn more than we intake, we start to lose weight. So we need to know exactly how many we need to take in. And again, there's different ways you can do it, whether it be calculators on the internet, whether it be MyFitnessPal, our own nutrition system helps us find it out as well. But you cannot get around it. You have to focus on that first and foremost to make sure we can start to go in the right direction. Secondly, what we have to focus on is, I guess, where those calories come from. And one of those is protein. And that's a really, really important thing to focus on. Because again, it provides what calories we need, but also it has a brilliant thermogenic effect, which essentially means it takes a lot of calories to kind of burn it and digest it, which is really, really good when it comes to things like fat loss. It's very filling, so again, it helps us when it comes to sort of not eating too much because it fills us up quite well. But again, really, really important in terms of the fact it helps us preserve our lean tissue, our muscle. And that's important because essentially our muscle is where our metabolism is coming from. That's the metabolically active part of us. So if we haven't got too much muscle, then our metabolism isn't going to necessarily be too great. If we have got a good amount of muscle, a bit of lean tissue, which is where protein is very useful, then our metabolism is going to be much better. So having that element of protein in there is really, really, really important. A good, suggestion in terms of how much you want to eat is, a good one is you want 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of your own body weight. And again, you can use that if you do a calculator. So again, 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of your own body weight. It's a good way to start and find out how much you kind of need per day. So protein. Following that, we can then build it up into, what we need to make our full diet. So introducing the carbs and fat side of things. But you can then start to break that down how you wish. It's not as important as protein. You might be a more carb-based person, so you might have a bit more carbohydrates in there, or you might be a bit more fat-based person, so you might have a bit more fats in there. But you've got to kind of do one than the other. So you can't have both high carbs, high fats. You've got to be high carb, low fat, or low fat, high carb to kind of offset each other. Otherwise, we're going to go well out the window when it comes to the most important thing, which is calories. So again, it's up to you how you sort of introduce it, what your ratio is when it comes to carbs to fats. Because you might be an individual person which likes certain things yourself. So try and break up how you want to do it. So carbs and fats follow that. Then we get to the really, minimal important side of stuff. It's only when you kind of really get into full athlete, sort of professional kind of athlete, and sort of you've got some maybe sort of fitness goal you want to focus on when it comes to things like nutrient density, nutrient timing. Nutrient density is an important one, again, just because it's against things like introducing things like vitamins and minerals and whether they're full of those kind of things, which again can be important when it comes to things like health and making sure our bodies function properly, we've got all the right vitamins and minerals in there. But then when it comes to timing, again, it's not too important as long as we're kind of getting all these things below it in and done properly. So again, hopefully that gives you an idea of how you can start to break it up into stages, focus on the most important thing first, then building your diet from that point with the next important, next bit, and so on. So yeah, hopefully it gives you a good idea how you can start to do it, how you can break it down, give it a go, focus on the important things first, and I promise you'll start to see some pretty good results out of it.